MakingStarWars.net.
Hey everybody, who likes an unstable connection right before the show? I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and this is Jack.
Jason, I'm just letting you know, man, the Wi-Fi at the Jack in the Box is amazing. It's the
Is
best
it?
thing they're serving up. The best thing they're serving up.
You know what I hate when you go to those places and like you connect to the Wi-Fi and then it doesn't work until you agree to their terms, but like sometimes that terms page just doesn't want to come up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I sit there and I'm like, and then I eat my food.
It's kind of like being married.
Yeah. It eventually comes. Maybe.
I said, bitch.
Oh.
I love that's the first episode. You know, first episode, gotta get that one out.
Up front, today Star Wars Santa had a he talked about what happened to his father. His father was in a terrible accident. Somebody without insurance piled through at a high speed and hit, I guess, his truck and his father. And the father is the part that we hear about. Obviously, he sent his truck, whatever. But his father is the thing that we care about. And it's like, they have insurance up to a point. Like they have like $100,000 of insurance. But when you hear about the injuries the father has gone through, it's very clear that it's not going to be enough. So this is Brian, Star Wars Santa's PayPal email address. If you want to send a contribution to old Santa,
we got to get these cats a GoFundMe, Jason. All right, they need a real GoFundMe. This PayPal, Max did it. I appreciate it. I helped out. I got Lando's photo right over there, but Santa needs more than just us. We got a group of 25 people, and most of them won't even buy themselves a pizza on Pizza Day, Jason. So
I know.
So we gotta get them a GoFundMe,
Yeah, well, no, that's what we were saying in the chat today on his show, and it's like I don't know who takes the reins of that. You know what I mean? And so I hope Santa
a tech guy.
He's a tech guy. He's a little George Lucas tech guy.
He can figure out GoFundMe.
No. I'm not saying he can't figure it out. I'm saying that he doesn't have one. I don't want to be presumptuous and go like I'm leading the charge here on this and like do it. I mean, I'll gladly do it, but I don't know, who, how that should go. You don't want to overstep and stuff like that. But I do know Santa's PayPal here is this, and want to thank friend of the show Tom who gave a very nice contribution today.
I'm sorry.
Don't laugh at Tom. Really helped.
Santa's Gmail address reads like a lewd text. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, coming to town, baby. Yeah. A little bit of cookies and milk, baby. That's
cookies and milk. Coming to town. I mean, like, it's the abbreviation I love. I need that shirt so bad. I want the shirt to say PayPal coming to town at Gmail. I just want to.
Can we just start calling him coming to town?
It's the greatest email I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's the greatest accidental email in the world.
Right, it's like when Michael Scott signed up for Little Kid Lover, right? Sorry about your dad, Santa. But
serious. And he mentioned that on the show. He's like he appreciates that like our show is goofy and that he as for the escapism on it. And we need Santa to know that it even during a family tragedy, we will not stop busting his balls, and I will not say maybe he should ask his dad to give him 5. Because I mean, come on, come on. I mean, what's it gonna do? And
Santa's the fun. Hold on, I gotta do it with the cartoon. Hold on.
I mean,
Santa's the fucking. Oh, Santa! No one's made that joke before.
I mean, a pretty good one too that Santa could do is, all right, who wants ice cream? Raise their hands. That's a good one too.
Don't ask him about the fish sticks.
No, but but in all honesty, like we are making light because we don't know how to process our emotions because we're little boys inside. But they really do need help, and so if you can, by all means, don't super chat the show. Super chat Santa via PayPal gives the highest percentage, though, was one of the things that came up in chat today that Meg pointed out.
It does, but as a guy who uses PayPal for business, my thing would be is every now and then you're going to get nefarious people who just dispute any PayPal payment. So after you have it, they'll dispute it and get their money back, just to fuck with you. So like that's the kind of shit I'm trying to avoid, Santa. Plus, they take a less percentage, but we're talking like I can't remember his YouTube name. He's a puppet guy I follow on YouTube. Really good puppet dude. He's got a whole channel about how to make puppets, and I love puppets, Jason.
I made puppets. I like making puppets. It's fun.
And he sadly went on his channel and disclosed that he was diagnosed with a brain tumor, third stage, whatever. So he put a GoFundMe up and was able to raise $60,000+ in a day. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying Santa can do that, but we do need strength in numbers, right? Like that is the key to collectivism. So I will help Santa out, but my advice is conditional. It's Santa, get yourself a GoFundMe, please.
Yeah. Everybody is saying GoFundMe would work a lot better. So today is like
plus he's Santa. He's Santa. Chip into Santa's GoFundMe,
right? I know. I'll talk to Baymax and Meg and Santa today and see what the best way of going about that is,
the fellowship,
yeah. We're Santa's handlers when he's coming to town, you know what I mean?
Handlers.
When Santa wants a little bit of
to town. God,
like I always say, hey, he's gonna get some of Mama's milk and he's gonna get some of Mama's cookies.
The fact that it wasn't taken, you know what I mean? Like,
well, he's kind of immortal. He might have had that for 35 years. We don't know. Or I don't know how Gmail's about 20.
I like to think he's like Santa's like the psychic vampire from What We Do in the Shadows. He ages normally, but then another little Santa pops out of his chest, and you have to deal with another one every 30, 40 years.
I didn't realize that was the dude from Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul.
Cards. My baseball cards.
Yeah.
When that episode came on, he looks and acts like my wife's father. So in those baseball cards, and it had little side note.
Yeah.
When I first played GTA 5, right when it came out, like I was there opening night, and Trevor was in that game, the character Trevor. I was like, they got to get this motherfucker in Breaking Bad, whoever this guy is. This guy needs to be in Breaking Bad.
His role was small.
Never happened. But that episode with the baseball cards shows up, and I get my wife's father, the best caricature, and I get fucking Trevor. And I was like, this show's the greatest show ever. Like they listen, they put him in there. Yeah, my baseball cards.
I made it to season. I'm on season 3.5 of Better Call Saul right now.
You're trucking through.
Oh yeah. I don't fuck around, dude. It's good. It's good. I mean, I'm liking it. I would say, like I said, I like Saul better than Jimmy, better than Walt in the big picture. Like he's easier to. He's an idiot that it's easy to keep rooting for and to have empathy for and to understand like where he's coming from, even when he's fucking up.
Yeah, a Jimmy story is one I can relate to. It's human. Like Walt's a little bit more supernatural. You know what I mean? A little bit more superhero villainish or whatever.
But when they do that fucking thing with that coffee and that sound effect of the coffee running every fucking time, I'm like, I just want to rage. I hate the sound.
So weird.
I hate. Yeah, so weird. I think you know how there's people who like watch ASMR videos are like like all into it and they're just like coming to town everywhere like Santa. I'm over it. I think those sounds make me turn into a raging punk. I fucking hate it. I cannot get over how awful those sounds are. And but once I get past that and the show gets going, it's just every time the episode starts, I'm like, ah, and then I'm like, okay, I'm aboard now, and I enjoy it. But where was I going with that? I had somewhere to go with it. Who knows? But there was a little Andor article that we will hit, and we got some Indiana Jones. But let's talk about the Indiana Jones footage. This has been passed around. I got to apologize to the original releaser of the clip, because I guess they posted it to social media and then it just fucking got passed around. And I don't know who the original person was. I spent about 20 minutes trying to find the original today, and I couldn't do it. So if somebody is the original and they're like, hey, you suck, I apologize, and I'll gladly give you the credit. Just tell me.
Yeah, let us know. We'll make fun of your email too
we'll make fun of of you, Indy fan 69,
Indy fan boy and or girl, whatever.
Indy
coming hard for Indy. Right? Like, no, don't. That's not what that means.
Okay, I have the credit here. It's whip me Indy, whip me. At gmail.com. Thank you. But anyways, this is footage that was filmed over the summer, I guess, and that person just didn't put it out. And it is with the footage that we did see, but this is apparently like the big sequence from the show.
Oh wow!
Or from the film, I should say. Of what happens in the castle. The rumors about the castle, I don't know if I believe any of it. We heard stuff about there being stuff in the castle basement. I had things about there being. I had legitimate stuff about there being this legitimate device underground in a castle where they turned and it had like a whole mechanism that led to like a stairway and things.
Indy's bicycle.
Yeah. But there were some people who were saying it was like a camp, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
Camp Kikiki?
Do you usually do work camps inside castles? Does that make a lot of sense? It happened to Young Indy, but Young Indy's
does Santa technically live in a castle? Because that's what the elves are doing. Like,
yeah, well,
work camp.
That's Mrs. Claus. It's technically a winter land sex dungeon.
Hey, you told me not to bring that up. Like,
it's coming to town, bro.
Whoa!
So that shit gets blowed up
mysteriously, like a Russian ammunition depot. Was that Nazi flags?
Yeah,
those look like Nazi flags to me.
Yeah, I think they are. So, and then that this is the original footage that we had right here.
Is
just
that
like,
the
at
castle
night, and that's the other footage. Willow? Is that Nockmar?
I was gonna say from Monty Python. You know, when they're over the ledge.
Yeah.
Wow. Pyrotechnics.
Right?
I guess you only get one shot on this one.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they did it a bunch or not. I mean, they had fire going there for several hours, like, so not really sure, you know.
Well, maybe Mansgold just likes to burn things. He just keep it rolling, you know.
It turns out this isn't Indy at all. This is just a fireworks display that went wrong. Yeah. But yeah. So, I mean,
it's a gender reveal.
Is there a way to like
wrong, Jason? Yeah, and then it burnt down half of Europe. That's what's causing global warming right now. Is a gender reveal party. Thanks, Karen.
But weird. We might not be able to get rid of the video. We might have the video forever. There it goes. Yeah, we have like a loop feature. I don't have it on, but it just kind of kept looping. But anyways, yeah, so yeah, today I was talking to, wow, my computer is not doing well. My to talking investment is like, do you even know what the you know, premise of that is yet? Oh my god, it's playing the clip again. This thing is crazy, you guys. Not sure what to do about that. Hopefully they could hear us.
It's gonna get funny after the 12th time. I'm telling you. Like at some point, it's gonna be the best part of the show.
Yeah.
This clip, just playing.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I think I might have got it under control.
The clip will have its own bingo card soon. Like, and we're gonna check off whether it does the things. Okay, explode, Nazi flag, Mansgold maniacally laughing. Yes, all right, center square.
But there's a lot of rumor that the show that the movie's about time travel. We have seen Nazis running past like Vikings or Romans and shit like that, kinds of weird stuff. So unless it's like an Animal House end of Pee-wee's Big Adventure style moment where they end up on a film set racing through it, I think that the time travel stuff has legs. It appears to, and I also think that
Indy
that
time
mechanism
travels to 1981 and sees them making his own movie. You know, now Raiders is a historical film in the vein of Saving Private Ryan and not a genre based film. See, it's historical. Yeah. Yeah. All right, which one of us locked up? Is it Jason or me? I think Jason locked up. I think he locked up. Okay, I need the chat to say who locked up, me or him. I'm not talking until someone replies. Yep, Jason froze. See, what we need is a GoFundMe for Jason so he can get a new computer. Like, he needs a computer with a cooling facility built in. It's the Rob Show, live at Jack in a Box, waiting for Spreezy to actually, still waiting for Spreezy. He is welched on his bet. He's welched on his bet, and now we're going to take the time to talk about. What are we going to talk about? How about AI art assets, right? AI art assets. Now, I'm not against computers helping out. My problem is why do they always try to AI automate creative stuff? Ooh, vertical
doing
Jason.
my best. Doing my best. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is where we are.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not sure. It's like it's too fucking hot. I mean, this is global warming. You gotta go outside. Andor, you want me to get Andor? You gotta go outside. Well, let me see. Whoa, there we go.
Better. Stuttery, right. But horizontal is better. All right.
So yeah, I'm trying to get up the news story that we lost. I had it on the computer, but now I don't. All right, but what were you saying, Rob?
I was talking about AI art assets and AI image generating platforms. They're all the rage, and I'm like, why do they always keep like inventing things to replace artists? Like they don't invent anything to replace managers, CEOs, cafeteria workers. Santas. Like we never have that.
No,
it's just so weird, dude. Like, and what's really crazy to me, man, is like I've gone to I typed in like let's say you come up with something cool in one of these AI generated programs. Name one. I've tried them all. You type in something, you can't get it twice, but someone else will get something similar to you. So if you type in something, you got like a comic strip with the cat, someone else is going to type in comic strip with a cat and get the same shit as you got. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why everyone thinks this is going to like be great for you. You people are already tired of looking at like the same explosions or lighting or the same blue and orange colored posters. You think that's going to change? Like when some marketing cat goes, I need a hot pink and green. No, they're going to still it's so fucking stupid. You're just going to see the same shit. I'm trying to find like a useful tool for it. I do think it might help out with like if somehow these AI generated things could somehow like I don't know, like automate things that like would help me like coloring, but it can't. It can never do anything of meaning. It will just be bullshit. Coming to Star Wars soon, bro. Coming to Star Wars soon. I would fear any marketing department. Those big-headed posters or the posters we all see, like for Boba Fett, I could see it just generating 50 of those. You know, and when they can generate 50 of those in like 10 seconds, you are going to have to deal with it on Twitter when they release a new poster every 30 seconds, almost like a threat. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, King Chris says, well, let's talk about how everyone involved with the new Indy project has the movie's best interest at heart. And yeah, I mean, I would say that when you get down to it, like Harrison Ford kind of wants to retire on this one. He sort of wants this to be his final film. I think he has like projects, TV shows lined up for Paramount Plus, something like that. And so he probably has, he'll probably keep acting, but I think his feature film star days are over. And so I think going out on top would be great for him. Kathleen Kennedy obviously wants her company to succeed and prove that she can do it. Mangold has never done a indie film, and stepping into those shoes, you don't want to step in those shoes and shit your pants and then have your.
And he's already made What I like about Mangold, I love his movies, but what I really appreciate though is how he already went through that studio system and produced a generic fucking film with the Wolverine. You know, like that is a generic run-of-the-mill insert CGI samurai robot bullshit fucking Wolverine movie, and then he goes and then guerrilla film makes like Logan right after that, and like proves you can Wrath of Khan yourself, like like he can. And so that's what I really appreciate about that dude. Like he's already been through that and he knows how to adjust for it,
Yeah. I mean, but it's still such a big, like, doing a Wolverine movie is still a big deal.
Yeah.
And like doing a good one, still a big deal.
Dude, Logan.
But going into Indiana Jones is pretty much going into Star Wars, and nobody else has ever done it outside of the people who created it. So it's like it was always.
You don't count the TV show?
I'm talking about like
because I don't.
The TV show's like a whole different thing. Young Indy's a whole different animal. I like it, but it's still, it's not mostly not Harrison Ford. But like when they make a Temple of Doom and a Crystal Skull, and then some people aren't happy with it, it's just like, well, they messed up their own thing. But if Mangold comes in and does Crystal Skull, Temple of Doom mashup movie, people are gonna never let it go. Like that will like define. It'll hurt his career and all kinds of shit. So he's not gonna go in and like, I don't think half-ass it or just take the job for the money or something like that.
He ain't that kind of director, man. Did you see Ford v Ferrari? That could have been a film that would have been generic Oscar bait material. He made a real human, cool movie out of it,
Yeah, for sure.
And I fucking hate cars. So, like I'm all about public transportation. So, like, that fucking movie's good,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, totally. And it's, so anyways, yeah, I think everybody has a vested interest in not skating through. And if it was George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, you would hope that wouldn't be the case, but you wouldn't actually know. You wouldn't know for sure. Is Lucas just going through the motions like on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Spielberg pretty much says, I was just believing in my friend's premise. But that's not what you need a director. You don't that guy doesn't need to direct it. You can believe in your friend and let somebody else direct it. And so I kind of think that I wouldn't be surprised if we learn as it goes on that this new indie film needed Nazis. And that sounds dumb, but I think that they needed they needed, it was the best villain for this thing, and I think that Spielberg had that hard line of I don't do cartoon Nazis. So
I really do think Lucas should have directed Kingdom of the Crystal Skull though.
Who?
Like George Lucas. I think he should have made that his last film, honestly. He had never directed an indie film. He was really the guy that wanted that film made. You know what I mean? Like he should have got off the pot and been like, you know, make it. He should have directed it. That's all I'm saying. I think Steven would have been cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if I wonder how he would have done with that kind of action. You know what I mean? Because when you
Oh,
look at
have you
like the
not seen
action
the
that
prequels?
Indiana
They're great,
Jones,
right?
yeah, but I mean, if he had done it, you would have. You know, it doesn't. The action in the prequels is great, but it's not relevant. What
Yeah.
you're really gonna say that it like the Phantom Menace, the sword fight, you know what I mean, like all that shit, but it's great.
Yeah, it's great. No, I'm
No,
being facetious, bro.
but
I
I mean,
just think that
but what
no,
I'm
I
saying is,
think that that movie would have been. What I'm trying to say is,
yeah.
I'm being facetious. Okay, now I'm being serious. I
Mm-hmm.
think that the movie feels like it's two heads pulling this way or that way, and one guy, it feels like trying to do something someone else wants. And I think that what
Mm-hmm.
someone else wants is the George Lucas. The swinging on the vines thing is a very Lucas bit to me, because
Right.
Chewbacca does it in Return of the Jedi. Like it's just the kind of thing he would put in there. So
Mm-hmm.
I think even if it didn't have the same kind of like kinetic action that Spielberg did, it didn't really already have that anyway. So I would have just liked to seen George do his own thing, because like when you get to the scene that I love the most in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is that 1950s milkshake bar bit. You know, when he goes to the milkshake bar, and I know dude shows up in the Brando hat, whatever, but that whole sequence is great. I would have loved to see Lucas go back to the 50s. You know, it would have been the first time he'd gone back to that era since American Graffiti. And for me,
Yeah.
that's kind of like Lucas going back to the 50s through Indy is the way I would like to encapsulate that career more than, say, Revenge of the Sith. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
it's a way to blend Star Wars and American Graffiti into one film. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I just can't. When I try to think of like George Lucas's like action stuff, it's so based in not in reality though, that I feel like we would have had, you know how we had Indy kind of like using the whip a little bit too much in part 4, kind of like doing things that he couldn't. He became Spider-Man at times.
Yeah,
I think
he
he
would
would
have
have went
gotten
full
way
Spider-Man.
crazier with that. He would have gone way crazy. He would have been. It would
That's
have
what
been
I'm
a
saying.
CJ Spider-Man flipping around. We would have seen George Lucas. Look, what we got was a milquetoast movie at best. It has good, it has bad, it has I don't know what. I just think that it would have been its own thing, definitively, if Lucas had directed it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, 100%. All right, so there was this article from Andor. I can't put it on the screen now because I don't know how to do it on my phone. I don't even know if I can. But IGN says Andor showrunner talks how writing Bourne has influenced the new Star Wars show.
Oh yeah.
No, Andor won't take out any villains with just a pen, probably. It turns out that Star Wars Andor and the Bourne identity have a lot in common. During an interview with Total Film, Andor showrunner Gilroy explained how his work on the Bourne franchise inspired the upcoming story. And so basically, he says, discussing his work on the Bourne films, on which he wrote the screenplays for the first 4, as well as directed the Bourne Legacy, Gilroy said, I had been trying to get people to make an acoustic action movie, because action movies have gotten so bombastic in the 80s. They were just so enormous. So when Bourne came along, we went way down to nothing. See, I still haven't seen a Bourne movie.
Really?
I still haven't seen one.
Oh man, they're
So maybe
fantastic. I like them
the
all.
Bourne Identity saw Matt Damon step up as Jason Bourne, a highly trained former assassin whose amnesia hit a clandestine conspiracy within the CIA. It was a huge hit, spawning multiple sequels, and it was all about going back to basics. He goes on to say, it was about making it real, says Gilroy, keeping someone you really understand and really care about in a place that you understand the geography of, with stakes. It's so much more involving than a guy on a train with 15 machine guns and a helicopter coming down. That aesthetic, that idea, does carry over to Andor, because we are going on the ground with some of these people, so that
Can't wait.
So that everything that we have is an intimacy and an acoustic nature to it within the grandeur of Star Wars. So, and then it basically, yeah, I mean that's like the I think that's the just he goes on to say, it's an adventure story. It's one man's odyssey through the center of the story, and then all of these peripheral characters surrounding him and spinning around. I mean, God, it's going to be entertaining. It's heavy material, heavy things are happening, but it's an adventure story too. So, yeah. So that was, you know, the that was the gist of it. I'm at Tegrity Farms.
So that was the joke I was gonna make.
Yeah,
making that Tegrity.
Yep, the old bonsai trees. Anyways, yeah. So like when you get down to it, I think that it most likely is going to start super small. Like what were they calling Andor's like story, like an immigrant story is what they were calling it. And like when you look at Bespin's scoop from yesterday, his name is Cassa. Then we learned that Cassian is the name that he ends up getting. Some people have likened it to like the Ellis Island thing, and I'm not sure if that's going to play. I'm not sure if that's actually relevant or not. But one thing I think that like Bespin's story kind of like probably explains in a weird way, it might explain Cassian's accent, and his name change might be linked to the fact that he has an accent. Like you know what I mean? Like we don't need it. We don't need accents explained in Star Wars. But if you were going to, how would you explain it? Well, if Cassian is part of this little tiny like village that's on whatever that first planet's called that I can't recall its name right now. Okay, Bespin says it does explain his accent, and found that out earlier. Okay, then that makes complete sense to me. Is that he's on this like small world? They probably speak a different language, and then when he gets off that world, he has to start speaking basic, and then his accent comes.
That actually is cool. That actually is cool, because at first when you were like the guy explains the accent, I'm like, man, I don't want it. I don't like. I can see that going down a real Lucasy path, not in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you speak an alien language and then you have to speak basic, yeah. That's my problem with all these fucking puppets that just speak like, ho 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 ho, ho Kenobi. Y'all want to go inside a riot? You know, it's like, that's not how these things would be. If you spoke an alien and you were forced to speak basic because they're under a dictatorship that enforces it, then yeah, everyone would have these crazy, yeah. Because Lucas already established that there is a dialect that comes out of Coruscant that is sort of faux British, right? And so enforcing that upon other cultures, you know what I mean? Winds up with this other, it's impossible to do, right? But you just wind up with different. I like it.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's I think something that the story could give to broader cultures, the broader West, if you will, or whoever consumes it, is that like we kind of get this like you know, they're taking our gerbs kind of fucking perspective about immigrants in a lot of spaces. But the fucking truth is that I don't think anybody wants to like leave their home. It's things squeeze you out and push you out, and that's what's going to happen to Andor. I mean, he ends up on Ferrix because his home world is fucking destroyed.
Right.
You know, and then now you got to display.
This is a story people can relate to so far, from what I'm hearing. I like it. I like it.
No, me too. I mean, I'm if you know, obviously I Rick, I like subtitles too, but we couldn't have Cassian, you know, speaking Klingon for a series.
I don't want that.
I mean, that would be
look, the Klingon speak is one thing. But the limits of it is when Christopher Lloyd tries it in Star Trek 3. It's like, even as a kid, I was like, it's the dude from Taxi. Like this was before Back to the Future. So 83,
Yeah.
or 84, 83-ish. So 84, sorry, 84. Because I saw it with The Last Starfighter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Bachelor Party.
Daryl says, not to sound misogynistic, but why are there so many women Imperial officers? Palpatine hated women as much as he hates aliens. Oh, wait, Spacebalm. I think they initially, the expanded universe took that perspective because they wanted to go with, I think, an idea, or they wanted to push the idea in the 90s that, yeah, of course, this guy's a xenophobic, racist, like, piece of shit, and everybody's against him. This is bad. And it was like sort of a simplified sort of like way of doing that. But I think that they ended up coming to a conclusion when they were reformulating Star Wars in around 2012 that maybe it's better to show people of all walks of life being capable. And
it's all men. Men are evil. You could hear it now, right, Jason? Yeah.
Yeah, and then in a weird way to like say that it like racism is so stupid. Even Palpatine sees it stupid.
His right-hand man is Massa Amida. Like that idea that he didn't allow aliens in, that's all like, heir to Empire, West End games kind of like era, theory and discussions. But by the time Palpatine's sitting there and his right-hand man's got giant blue horns sticking out his heads and ears, it's just not true. And as far as I think, man, I think Palpatine is an alien, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I always thought he should have been a shapeshifter, like Zam Wessel was. I really thought that should have been Palpatine's deal, that he was a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. Then we could have had him do that black or white bit that from Willow.
Yeah, I think if you're going to want to have if you're going to want to have Massa Amida and you're going to want to have Thrawn and any kind of weird aliens that you create and stuff like that, you can't go, oh yeah, but he's also racist. But these guys are cool. Those are cool monster men. So he oversees it.
Yeah. And, at the end of the day, Palpatine's about Palpatine. He's up for anyone dying. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take the people with the I won't get into it, but you end up with I never liked the idea. Like, remember when they made the Force Unleashed though, and they gave like the Imperial pilot like her like cute fucking sexy girl Imperial costume. It was like the opposite thing with like a little jacket. It looked like she went Imperial shopping at Forever 21. That was the line for me. But where they're that was like, this looks stupid. This is fucking ridiculous. And it looks individualistic, which the Empire's not. It's very much like everything is kind of streamlined. So I like where they're taking it. I don't have any problem with it.
Any EU guy that complains about women being in the military while simultaneously wondering when we're going to get to see Mara Jade needs to take a long look in the mirror.
Sure.
Long, hard look in that mirror, my friend. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah, Palpatine's like, Mara, do you think I look like a ball sack? I mean, does Palpatine look good too?
I'm your sugar daddy. Ah!
Bespin wants the pool stream. Should we go skinny dipping, Bespin? Should we do it? Wait, can we get in the pool?
Jason's got the sweet pad, bro. I'll give you that. You got the back to the beach pad. Like, seriously. Yeah.
But
I'm gonna watch that again this weekend. Back to the beach.
Nikki says, I see Palpatine as an evil entity, not human, just evil. Yeah, it is kind of. It's like something. Palpatine falls into a weird place for me, where I'm just like, I kind of see it that way too. I just kind of like don't really fill it in. I don't think if I try to like figure it out, then it just makes me go, but. So I'm hoping that when we get into the Acolyte series, we start to see something that like explains him. And I never needed him explained, but we've gone down so many rabbit holes with Palpatine, especially with like episode 9, that I am of the like opinion. I'm like, well, let's just kind of like get this all ironed out about how this makes sense.
If
But
they
I
do,
don't
they
really
need to
need it.
hire someone like Neil Gaiman to figure it out for them. They need someone that really gets mythology, not the J.J. Abrams kind of mythology, you know, or the Pablo Hidalgo kind of
Yeah,
mythology. Like, they need to get someone some British cat or someone that really fucking understands mythology to figure that one out.
right, right. So Nikki says, please no, Disney just needs to leave him alone. They destroyed him already.
No, they
Yeah,
didn't. That's like saying the WB
yeah.
destroyed Batman, so after Batman and Robin, check the bingo card. So you can never make another Batman again with the WB. Like, no, you end up with the Dark Knight. Like, that makes no sense.
It's like Nikki says that it seems like the less Disney uses the Force, the better their stories are. And it's kind of funny because like I have like friends that come at it from the completely different angle, where when there is no Force, they just don't care. It's like
Yeah,
Star Wars is
most
so
fans
hard to
seem to
please
love it when
people.
Vader shows up in Rogue One. I think he's using the Force.
Yeah. As a true, Palpatine says, Palpatine. Bespin says, as a true. Only now realize my Disney Plus app on PS5 is PS4. That explains a lot. What's the holdup? So they're still like running the old app on it. That's strange.
Huh, that is weird.
Yeah, but Palpatine's the only one. They don't. Well, I mean, there's usually. I'm just gonna say it. When you have a ball sack, there's usually 2 balls though. Think about it. He may have like a growth, and they may come together, and then you know, yeah, the balls of the wills. Give it time. It'll happen.
I wanted him
Dallas
to
is the
trade
fourth.
spaces with Rey, like they shared the same body, like vice versa, with Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage, where Palpatine interrupts, and she has to live as a corpse, you know, while he's running around in her body and shit. That would have been a more interesting episode 9. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the Palpatine thing for me though is just really just been J.J. Abrams not wanting to commit at the end of the day. I mean, that's
Yeah.
to what his idea was and how he was going to like make that happen. And now we have books, and I'm learning that like Rey is Luke's hand and made Rey and all this shit. I'm just like, what's going on?
She's
What?
the hand of the Emperor.
Well, not Rey, but it made her dad.
I feared when you were initially talking about her being the clone of Palpatine before the movie came out. I feared they were going to use the hand of the Emperor as the hand of Palpatine made her, so she became the hand of the Emperor. See what I mean? The Mara Jade. Like I was like, please don't fucking do that. Like, just don't.
Yeah. Yep. Well, all right. I think we're gonna end the stream early today. I will try to have things figured out for tomorrow. My phone is feeling really hot in my hand right now, which I don't think is good. But it's like 100 degrees outside right now out here, as you can tell by my red ass face.
Phone in the pool.
Yeah,
it's logical.
But it is like I do feel like my phone may turn off here in a second. So
is it waterproof? Because then you can end the show by throwing it in the pool.
If the back glass of it wasn't broken, it's supposed to be. But I did the glass on the back. I love Apple's idea. Let's put glass on the back of a phone. You fucking monsters. I mean, it's not enough that you use slave labor to make the phone, but you got to make it breakable too. You know. But yeah, King Chris, good show today, guys. Yes, phone in the pool technique works well. Oh yes, stay cool, Striker. I'll try, man. And thanks to everybody for hanging out. Thanks to everybody who helped out our buddy Star Wars Santa today, and who can, and those who will. And thank you to Tom for contributing to Star Wars Santa's thing. It means a lot to us. And today we're just gonna end. We're gonna end hard, because coming to town is the email. And so I don't know if I could do it. Wait, maybe I can. Maybe I might be able to come to town. Let me see. All right, I think I can do it. All right, everybody. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next week we'll go to a 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time schedule. My kids started school this week, so they get out at they have early days this week. So, but next week we'll start doing the show a little bit later, and yeah, it'll be cool. But thanks everybody. I appreciate you guys dealing with hanging out with us during the technical difficulties and all that jazz. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, Rob.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about